Today we'll cover question 21 to 30. Let's start. 21. Monty and Tara buy pencils for school. Tara buys 2 times the number of pencils Monty buys, plus an additional 4 pencils. Let M be the number of pencils Monty buys. Which expression shows the number of pencils Tara buys? Okay, so M was the number of pencils Monty buys, and we know that 2 times M will be the first thing we write down because Tara buys twice as many pencils as Monty. So 2 times M, and then we add on another 4 pencils. So plus 4. A is our answer. 22. Select the statement that is true about triangle ABC. So we should know that angle sum of a triangle is equal to 180 degrees. So what's this angle going to be? It is going to be 180 degrees, take away 90, take away 45, and we're left with 45 degrees. So that tells us this angle, and this angle are both equal in size. And that is one of the properties of an isosceles triangle. Another one just on the side to know is that this side and this side would also be equal. Okay, next question. 23. Amber is keeping silkworms. She records the number of leaves that they have eaten every 5 days. So there's your table, and what's happening every 5 days? 5 to 15. How do we get from 5 to 15? We multiply by 3. Now 15 to 45. Yes, we do the same thing. Multiply by 3, then multiply by 3. Let's double check this. 3 times 5, 15, carry the 1. 3 times 4, 12, plus 1, 13. Great. And now we need to multiply by 3 again. So let's do that on the side. 3 times 5, 15. 3 times 3, 9, plus 1, 10. Put the 0 down, carry the 1. 3 times 1 is 3, plus 1 is 4. So 405 is our answer. Question 24. Hannah flipped a fair coin 60 times. She recorded her results in a table. So the number of times it was heads is 24. The number of times it was tails is 36. What is the difference between the expected number of heads and the actual number of heads? So if it's a fair coin, that means we would expect 30 heads and 30 tails, because half of 60 is 30. So expect the coin to land on heads half the time and tails half the time. So the difference between the expected number of heads and the actual number of heads. So 30 take away 24, which was the actual number of heads, equals 6. So that's our answer. Next question. 25. Glenn has 6 cups of sugar. A biscuit recipe uses 3/4 of a cup of sugar for each batch. What is the greatest number of batches Glenn can make? Okay, so another way we can write 6 is 24 over 4. Because 24 divided by 4 is equal to 6. The reason that we have 4 as the denominator is because it helps us over here, because this has 4 as a denominator. So now the only thing which is different is the numerator, 24 and 3. So we just end up doing 24 divided by 3, which is equal to 8. Answer is D. Question 26. This table shows the length and width of 4 rectangles in centimeters. Which rectangle has a perimeter of 32 centimeters? So the rule you need to remember here is that first of all you plus the length and the width. For the first one you'll get 16, and then you double it. 16 times 2 is 32. Great, so we have the answer straight away, but we can just double check. So that's going to be 21, double 21 is 42, so no, that won't work. That's going to be 18, double 18 is 36, that won't work. That's 32, and double 32 is 64, so that's not going to work either. So our answer will be rectangle A. And just to let you know why we doubled it, first of all, let's say this is this isn't quite ideal. Let's say this is the length in this case, and this is the width. That can be 6 and that can be 10. So there are 2 lots of 10 and there are 2 lots of 6, and that's the reasoning for doubling it. Question 27. The regular price of a shirt is $24.50. The shirt is on sale for 10% off the regular price. What is the sale price of the shirt? Okay, so first of all we need to find 10% off $24.50. So 10% as a fraction is 10 over 100. And off means times, and we write this over here. So first of all, 1 0 here, 1 0 here, we cancel them out. Now we're left with 1/10 of 24.50. Another way we can write this is 24.50 divided by 10. And all we need to do when we divide by 10 is bring the decimal point back one place. So that becomes 2.450. Except we don't need to write the 0 anymore because that doesn't really make any difference. So the answer is $2.45. That's how much gets taken off because of the discount. So we're not finished yet. So we need to do this. Take away $2.45. And the correct answer will be $22.05. That part of it is pretty straightforward. So let's write that down. There we have it. Question 28. Paul is playing a Guess My Number game. He gives these clues about his number. My number is a square number. It is divisible by 2 and 9, and it also has 2 digits. What is Paul's number? So there are a couple of ways we can do this. Let's start off with the fact that it's 2 digits and it's a square number. So the first 2-digit square number is 16. Now let's see, is that divisible by 2? Yes. Is it divisible by 9? No. So that won't be the answer. Next 2-digit square number, 25. Is that divisible by 2? No. So straight away we can rule that out. Next, 36. So just to recap, this was 4 times 4. This was 5 times 5, so that was 5 squared. And now we move on to 6 squared. 6 times 6, which is 36. Now is that divisible by 2? Yes. That gives you 18. And it's obviously divisible by 2 because it's an even number. And is that divisible by 9? Yes. Because the answer would be 4 if you divided 36 by 9. So what is Paul's number? It is 36. Okay, question 29. Pears cost $4 per kilogram. Ben buys 4.15 kilograms of pears. How much does Ben pay for the pears? So, simply a matter of multiplying 4.15 times 4. So 4 times 5, put the 0 down, carry the 2, that becomes 6. Then we'll put the decimal point because the decimal point is 2 places from the very right. And then 4 times 4, 16. Then we can set the dollar sign at the end. So 1660 will be our answer. Question 30. Lucy enlarged her rectangular deck so that the length and width were both tripled. How many times as large as the area of the original deck is the area of the new deck? So let's just do some overall dimensions. Let's say the length was 1. We can just do 1 meter, and the width was 3 meters. So the area of the original one would be 1 times 3, which is 3 meters squared. Now what happens? They're both tripled. So now the length would be 3 times more. That would be 3 meters. And the width would be 3 times 3. That would be 9 meters. Now what's the area? 3 meters times 9 meters is 27 meters. So we go from 3 meters squared to 27 meters squared. 27 divided by 3 gives you 9. And that's our answer. So that's it for now. You'll find the solutions and explanations to the other questions in this paper in my other videos.